Welcome back, I'm Cithryth as usual, and this is episode 20 of my LOTRO Lore Master Let's Play. I actually already recorded episode 20, but apparently my mic did not get recorded, which is why you always test to make sure your recording is recording properly before continuing. But anyways, you didn't miss much, just killing some orcs and stuff. But now we're at the Forsaken Inn, which is in the Lowlands still. And it's a pretty cool place, and there's a ton of quests here, so let's go get them and help these people out. Basically, this is just a super rundown kind of inn at the edge of the Lowlands in the Breland. And, you know, as you can see, it's a rundown place. There's a hole in the ceiling. It's not in very good state. Alright, so after talking to all the people in here, I have picked up a huge amount of quests. This is my Lowlands quest log right now. Look at that. That is a ton of quests. A lot of them are... It's not so bad as it seems. Like, it seems like a lot. But a lot of them overlap. Like, a lot of them ask for boar parts. A lot of them ask for wolf parts. Crabane feathers, stuff like that. So I'm just going to take a second and try and decide what to do first. Okay, so I've decided to start off with, we're going to do the missing supply cart quest, which is basically there's a supply cart that was supposed to get to the Forsaken Inn, but it hasn't made it, so we have to go look for it. And along the way, we'll kill any critters we find along the way and collect their body parts, I guess, because everybody wants random animal body parts in MMOs. See, the thing, like, this game is fairly realistic looking for an MMO, but the thing that always weirds me out is how gruesome looking the corpses look. A lot of times they have like their mouths slashed open Joker style, like you can kind of see that here, where like it looks like their eyes have been torn out, and it's really weird how strangely gory the corpses are. But I guess that's just how it is. Alright, so next we're gonna go up to a fortressy area. There's a whole bunch of goblins and wargs and spiders. And it's just kind of like the really big main mob grinding area in the Lowlands. There's just tons of different mobs, and you get a ton of quests. Like, I already have a ton of quests just right now, but you get even more later on after you complete the first round. And it's pretty much like the really iconic section of the Lowlands, I think. It's your first taste of the Lowlands usually. It used to be really terrible. I used to absolutely hate questing in this area. But since the revamp where you get a lot more of the quests at one time, and the drop rates on the mobs are a lot higher, it's gotten a lot better, and I actually like the Lowlands now. But yeah, I used to dread the Lowlands. I think that was also a time though where I was making a lot of alts all at once, and so I got really, really sick of it. Alright, so this is the first main part of it. There's these ancient pottery shards we have to pick up, and obviously we pick up pottery shards from them. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's also rubbish piles, I think, that we have to sort through. And, of course, wolves and wargs and fun stuff like that. Now, one thing I did start to bring up in the episode that failed was that when I was recording it, Turbine had just published a developer diary explaining why they were switching the traits to trait trees. And I'll link that in the description here, like I said I was going to in the failed episode that didn't get recorded. And yeah, so basically their main reasoning is skill bloat, which means that once you get to high level, basically all 5 of your quick slot bars could probably be filled with skills. I know I have a level 66 Runekeeper, and she has so many skills, it drives me nuts. After coming back from my 1.5-year hiatus, I tried getting back into all my classes. Captain, no problem. Even my Warden, not too much of a problem. But, gosh, I could not get back into the Runekeeper. I leveled her 1 level from 65 to 66, and I cannot play her. It would take way too long, I think, to relearn the class. I'm probably going to just re-roll her, because I feel like starting from the beginning is way easier than just totally trying to learn it again. Especially with going to trait trees, everything's going to be totally different anyway. So anyways, skill bloat is a problem. Some people disagree. Some people say that, like, the thing is, the Turbine is saying that a lot of times there are many skills that people use or hardly ever use. I mean, I can see places where people might use all, like, certain fights where people might use all of their skills, but I feel like, I don't know, as a solo player, I know I hardly ever use all of my skills on my captain or on my hunter or like even on my runekeeper. I definitely never used all my skills, even when I knew what I was doing in that class. The other reason that they wanted to switch to the trait tree system is for longevity purposes. They said that basically, there was this push early on, like, when the level cap was 50, to give people skills like every other level. That's how it is right now. Like, every even numbered level, you get a new skill or an improved version of a skill or something like that. So that kind of contributed to the skill bloat over time, and that's not so good because by the time you get to the higher levels, like you expect when you're like hitting level 84 or whatever, that you're gonna get some cool skill. However, they have to balance all the classes against each other, and when there's so many skills and you want to give people really cool skills, it kind of doesn't work out so well. So and that's why we've ended up with a ton of skills. A lot of them are mediocre or not really that helpful or only pertain to certain situations. So by instituting the trait tree system, they get a bit more control back, and they can start adding really cool skills again as you level. And of course, another reason that they're implementing trait trees is homogenization. Basically, with having so many skills, like, everything kind of ties back into skill bloat, basically. It's a very interconnected problem. But with homogeneity, basically, because everybody has so many skills, classes' lines are starting to get blurred. So, people just... they might be playing a specific class, but they can do other classes' roles equally as well, which is not great when your whole class system is based on the trinity of DPS, tank, and healing. So basically, the trait tree system aims to kind of rein that in a bit and give classes back their specific roles that they're supposed to have. Obviously, these things all upset people, and I totally understand that. After 6 years, changing the way the class specialization system works is a big change, and I totally get why people don't like it. Personally, I'm very excited about it, but that's just me. Alright, so I've finished a fair few number of these quests, so I am going to run back to the inn real quick and turn them in. Alright, so I just turned in a whole bunch of quests, got me to level 23, and picked up a whole bunch of more quests. As you can see, basically have the same amount of quests I had before, which is great because leveling is good, I guess. But anyways, so I think that's it for now. Next episode I will continue questing in the Lone Lands. I think that's what I'll be doing for the next couple of episodes because look at all that stuff. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.